Welcome to the Know Before You Go Travel Show, where we share all the latest travel tips, tricks, and insights to make your next vacation the best one yet. So sit back, relax, grab a cocktail, and enjoy the show with Penyak Travel's George Penyak and our senior travel consultant, Janet Penyak.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
We are back for another edition of the Know Before You Go Travel Show, and it is a special edition because we are going to talk a little romance.
Yes, Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
We got Valentine's Day. It is, what day is it? It's Saturday.
Yes.
But it's the Saturday.
So Valentine's Day is in 6 days.
6 days, yeah. I'm prepared.
Oh, really?
I think.
Actually, I got to get you a card.
You haven't gotten me a card yet?
No, I forgot.
Absolute savage.
You probably haven't either.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't
I
either.
was going to say.
I haven't either. But it is the week of romance. It's Valentine's Day.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people find a specific, like people that are single these days, I think they find a specific person for the holidays to spend the holidays with, and that carries over to Valentine's Day. And then they make their decision after that, whether it's going to be long-term or not.
Oh.
I mean, we didn't do that, but I think people do that these
Interesting.
days. Like with the apps and stuff.
Yeah, maybe so.
Start swiping left on everything. Like, okay, I'm going to find one for the holidays. If that works, then we're going to make it to Valentine's Day. If that works, then you got something long-term.
Well, then, yeah, maybe so.
It's a good, like, test run.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
But I don't know either.
It's Valentine's. We got a great dinner set up. We're taking that boat downtown.
Yes.
Got to go to dinner. It's going to be nice.
Yes.
Hubby set it all up for you.
Well, that's good. Looking forward to
It'll
it.
be very romantic.
All right.
But while the romance is in the air,
Yes.
we got a great show. We are going to do the top 5 romantic getaways for couples.
Yes.
So since it's Valentine's week and romance is in the air, we want to have a nice show about this. And I think we put together a good little list here.
Yeah, I think so.
I like the top 3 a little bit better than I like the bottom 2, but I think, you know.
Well, that's because it all kind of depends on your style of travel and like what you enjoy.
Yeah, yeah. And then we're going to do, too, by the end of the show, we're going to do a new little section called Question of the Day.
All right.
Question of the Day.
Okay.
Which I got a good one for Question of the Day, too.
That sounds good.
So we did our little prep work here. But anyways, let's roll right into it. First of all, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please, we would appreciate it if you subscribe to us. We can give you a weekly vacation for your earbuds here, as I like to call it, or as we like to call it. And then if you like what you hear, we would love a 5-star review, and thank you so much for the love. We're really feeling it. We pour our heart and soul into our business, and especially this podcast, and like all the messages we get and emails and from all our podcast listeners. It really is refreshing, and it's you guys are the reason we do this, so we love you guys. We have the best travel fans, I think, in all of podcasts.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you're hearing from like 5 a week, 6 a week. They're coming in, right? Once a day almost.
Oh, yeah.
At least once a day, probably.
Yeah.
So we're feeling the love. Thank you guys if you send us a message. We love you. But let's roll right into it. So I want everyone to think about their significant other, whether you're driving, whether you're running on the treadmill right now, whether you're at work. Close your eyes. Think about your significant other. Think about the most romantic place you could be with your significant other.
Yeah.
You're not closing your eyes.
Oh, I didn't realize you wanted me to.
But my eyes are open too because I saw your eyes weren't closed.
Okay.
But I can't talk. But I want all of our listeners to do that.
Okay.
Number 5. Describe numero 5 of the most romantic getaways.
Well, I feel like what more or what doesn't scream romance about staying in a castle?
I do like that.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, and you can do just that in Ireland. And I would suggest the Ashford Castle. So it's right outside of Shannon, Ireland. And if you are doing Ireland, I recommend it as the last stop because it's a place to just kind of unwind, and you're going to just like hang out at the grounds and enjoy each other's company. And it's a beautiful, beautiful spot, and I would highly recommend it for a romantic getaway.
See, I think it has the romantic ambiance.
Yes.
I think the views, I think the atmosphere, the weather, I mean it all kind of creates this very romantic environment.
Oh, absolutely.
And Ireland's a beautiful country. And we just had a great show. So if you are interested in learning more about Ireland, we just had a great podcast on. I think it was like 5 or 6 podcasts ago. It was one of the first ones we did in January, I think.
Yeah.
First one of the new year, I think. So if you scroll up a little bit.
No, it might have been in November, but it was fairly recent.
It was that long ago?
I can't quite remember.
Time flies.
But I would definitely recommend it. And so you can stay inside of the castle. Now that is usually, a lot more expensive, or you can still stay on the grounds at the lodge at Ashford Castle, and then that's a lot more budget friendly.
Yeah, so you have a couple different options there. So, everyone's got a budget, and so you can get there for a more budget friendly option. It's not all or nothing. I think that budget friendly option is still almost just as romantic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But, there's nothing like staying in the castle. It reminds me of the castle, the winery we were at in Bordeaux.
Well,
that was an old castle. Now, it's not like the Bordeaux winery. I don't think it was as romantic.
Well, and that was like way more small.
Yeah, that was more intimate. It was like, I think they only had 2 rooms.
Yes.
And it was more like a bed and breakfast. But when you're staying in, if you're like a wine lover, I would put that as like an honorable mention. If you're an absolute wine lover, and especially if you love, rich reds, I would do that. Go stay at a castle or a chateau at a winery in Bordeaux. Unbelievable. Like the 3 that we toured, I think all 3 of them could qualify as a very, very romantic getaway because, you go to these chateaus, they only have a few rooms, right? So I think it's an honorable mention. I'm throwing in an honorable mention.
I was going to say, I didn't even know you were going to do this.
Yeah, well, I'm going off the script.
Well, that's okay.
Not that we really have a script.
I was going to say, we usually never have a script, so we just scribble some notes.
We really don't because, we try to be as natural and real on this podcast, so we don't want to, be too scripted.
Right.
I mean, scripted is boring, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're not very scripted, but that is an honorable mention for me. So I'm going a little rogue here on the list. Most chateaus, I think, in the Bordeaux region, if you're wine lovers, very romantic.
Yeah.
Now, the thing, too, not to get off track on Bordeaux too much.
Oh, here we go.
Is don't even start the finger wheel. I know what that means. Like, how you going? You don't start it. It's way too early in the podcast to start that. But I do want to say is that a lot of those are just bed and breakfasts, and you're going to have to go to like a local grocery store to get food. Not many of these chateaus have like restaurants on site.
Right. Yeah. So that's
why it's a little more. And some couples might find that a little more romantic.
Oh yeah, because you're really getting away. You're by yourself. Absolutely. But I need a restaurant, something to keep me entertained.
Something to go to out of the room.
Right.
Yeah, and that's totally us. Yeah, but I could see if you like that, if you like cooking your own food, I would put that at number 6.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honorable mention.
There you go.
Is that miscongeniality? Can we call Bordeaux?
Sure.
Is that how they rank them? I don't know.
I don't know either.
All right, on to the next. That's a good one. Ireland, of course, is a great one. And the top, I love the number 2, number 1, not to...
Okay, we're not jumping ahead.
Okay,
so
all right, okay.
Number 4, this was actually featured on The Bachelor years ago. Or maybe 2012-ish, somewhere like that. But the Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise in Canada.
Ooh.
Yes.
So we're throwing a curveball at you because this is more of a colder climate, especially in the off-season.
Right.
Or I guess that would be the on-season.
But you can go, and I've had couples do this, go and take a nice romantic sleigh ride through the snow. And, you're snuggled up to your significant other by the fire, whenever you get back to the hotel. So I think that's a great
Oh, my
spot
gosh.
too.
Yeah, and one thing I think that's so important, and we don't talk about it enough on this show, is we have a lot of families, and then we have a lot of couples, and we have a lot of groups, and we do a lot of different booking for various groups, right?
Right.
And I just think it's so important for adults of the family, the couple that holds the family together, to get away and have adult time.
Yes.
I just think that's so critical for the relationship because life gets busy. You have work, you have kids, you have all this stuff going on. And I think it's so important for the relationships, for the the two heads of the household to just get away.
Yeah, and connect.
Find time to get away. And
I actually have had people come to me before. This has not happened often, but I think on 2 different occasions. But they kind of have like a reconnect trip.
I think that's great. And I really do.
Well, I think they were on the verge of divorce, and they were hoping that this would make it better.
And
I don't know.
And that's okay too, because I really do think, as busy as people are these days, everyone's got a cell phone. Everyone's got a cell phone. I'm picking mine up and I dropped it. Everyone's got a cell phone. I'm talking with my hands here. And I think just expectations at work have gone up. Like, if everyone's got a cell phone, you're supposed to respond to emails faster and all this stuff. And I just think if husband and wife or even a long-term relationship and you're not married, get away. Like at least get away as adults, even for 3 nights. Do something like this. I mean, I think any of these trips, one of these trips you have to go long-term, but some of these you could do a quicker getaway too.
Oh, right.
Some of them.
Yeah.
And, I think that's important, and I think we don't talk about it enough. Because for me and you, it's important because we're both like slam 24/7, 365.
Yep.
And then when you and I get away, we really do. It's just us. And we like to do our thing.
Yeah, we hardly ever go on couples trips.
With another couple.
Yeah, with another couple. Just because when we go, we just like to just chill. Yeah, just
connect,
the two of
you
us
and I.
connect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice.
I think it's good. So if you're in need of that, hit us up because not only do we have great quick getaways and you want to surprise your spouse, hey, it's not too late to surprise them for Valentine's Day.
Nope.
Surprise.
It is not.
It's a great, and we can find you great deals. Right now, one of my favorite deals, before we get on to the top 3, one of my favorite deals right now, it's a really freaking good deal. You know what I'm about to say.
No, I don't know what you're about to say.
Yeah, you do.
No, I really
don't. One of
our
agents is there right now.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about like something on sale or whatever. But
well, no, it's a great deal.
No, definitely a great value. Not to get off topic, but Secrets Cap Khanna.
Secrets Cap Khanna is one of the best values right now. Like the prices right now are so good.
Oh, they're so good.
So good.
I'm booking someone right now and 5 nights with airfare from Charlotte and a swim out suite in August is $3,100. I mean, you can't beat that.
And it is all inclusive.
It's all inclusive. It's adults only.
We were there last year. We toured the whole property.
Yeah, it's a pretty laid back, chill spot. Definitely a good place to reconnect with your significant other.
It's brand new almost. It's a brand new property.
Right, yeah. It opened in 2016 or late 2015, I believe.
Yeah. Well, that's new in the grand scheme of things. But
right, yes. So it's definitely a beautiful spot. And if you're looking for something pretty easy on the budget, I definitely recommend it too.
I think, I'm with you. I think it's by far right now. Like just how things are today, how prices are today, it's the best value in the Caribbean.
Yes.
It is. Secrets Cap Khanna. Look it up. I'm telling you guys, look it up. And if you want a quote on it, you want to surprise your significant other, hit us up. We'd love to help you.
Yeah, and the beach is great. The pools are great. The food's great.
The beach is huge.
Service, the beach is huge.
It's a huge beach.
And that's another thing I really liked about that place too, is because then it never felt crowded.
It never felt crowded. It really.
Not to get off on a tangent because that's not in our top 5, but I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, it's not in our top 5. Well, it was hard to get this down to 5.
It is,
but
yeah.
That we just want to mention. That's another honorable mention.
Yes.
That's another like miscongeniality of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. Like miscongeniality is not the runner up, right? You're like. You're the best all around, right? Isn't that how that works?
I guess. I really don't.
I don't even know what I'm talking about right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I am off on a tangent here.
Yes. Okay. Now let's get into
Número 3.
Yes, which we talked about this resort a lot just because it is our favorite.
Oh yeah. I didn't know which one you were going to do for number 3. I'm letting you you're the expert, so.
Well, yeah,
I know what the 5 are. But.
The Sandals in Grenada. I just love that resort so much, and it's pretty chill. It's got a good, and I think mix of laid back and quiet, or if you want some action, the swim up pool bar late in the afternoon or the pub at night. And they've got some awesome suites that I think are perfect for a couple if you're looking for a nice, secluded, romantic getaway.
Yes.
They have the Skyy Pool Butler suites.
So Skyy Pool Butler suites, in my opinion, and we've been to a lot of different resorts. I've lost count of them all. But that is my favorite room category in all of the Caribbean.
Oh, absolutely.
Regardless of room, regardless of resort, regardless of island, that one room at this property is by far the most romantic. Wow, it's got the wow factor. It's got the beautiful view. And what I like, too, about this property is it's couples only.
Yes.
Couples only is different than adults only.
Right.
Adults only, groups can go. So if you're on your honeymoon, anniversary trip, or if you're going to quote reconnect or get away as a couple, you might not want to go somewhere where there's bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, or groups of people.
But
couples only is the way to go.
Yes, but I can help you also. If you do just go adults only, I can tell you this resort's not going to be a party place. Like Secrets Cap Khanna is not going to be a bachelorette party.
You're very, very true. So that's where a good travel agent comes into play because you're right. Secrets Cap Khanna is adults only.
Right.
Not necessarily couples only, but they are adults only. But that is one place you still is extremely intimate and romantic, and you're not going to get like groups of people taking body shots off the bar.
Right, yeah. But the Sandals in Grenada, that Skyy Pool Butler suite.
Oh my god!
So you have a infinity pool off your balcony, and you have a little hot tub, plunge pool, and you have curtains that you can pull and close, so you can be
Very private.
Very private
In
on
your
the balcony
pool,
and let you
on the balcony.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want behind those
Whatever
curtains.
you want, you know.
So
Talk about reconnecting. I mean,
yeah. So I love that room, and you have the Butler service, but that's definitely, in my opinion, a top option. Now,
it's expensive.
It is expensive.
Well, I
wouldn't
wouldn't use the word expensive, but it's higher up on the range of budget just because you're getting
right.
You're getting an infinity pool off your balcony. You're getting a view, big view of the ocean,
right?
Because you have this beautiful view of the ocean and the mountains in the horizon. You get a Butler. You get a private balcony. Also, with your infinity pool, you get a balcony too.
Oh yeah, you have like so much outdoor space,
and your butler can come set up breakfast for you and your spouse in the morning or significant other, and you can just enjoy breakfast, the two of you.
Right.
I mean, there's so much to do. Then a couple of things I would recommend before we move on from this is couples massage.
Yes.
Very romantic to do that. I would do that if you're going to a property like this.
Yes.
Do a couples massage. We do one almost every time, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. And then definitely at an extra cost too is the
candlelight dinner
on the beach.
Yeah, you can do it on the beach or a nice garden gazebo, wherever. But yeah, you can definitely do that. Now
we usually do that too.
Yes, we do.
Awesome.
So, and those are $199. Couples massages generally, yes, I do think it's worth it. Couples massages, generally speaking, throughout the Caribbean are going to run you about $300 for a 50-minute couples massage. Now, that room that we were talking about, the Skyy Pool Butler Suite, that's going to run you anywhere, depending on season, $12,000 to $15,000 for a week.
Yep.
Now, one thing I want to say is I don't really recommend that room during the winter months. Now, Grenada still is very warm, but generally speaking, rooms with small plunge pools and, infinity pools, I have found that a lot of times during the winter months, like December, January, February, they can be a little chilly.
Yeah.
And I've gotten feedback on that, and where clients have said, well, I couldn't hardly use it because it was so cold.
Yeah, because it's not heated. And that's
right.
that's the note before you go travel tip
yes,
of the show.
And it doesn't get cold there, but it just, you get in the 70s at night, and it's not getting up to, 90 degrees every single day. So those can be a little chilly. So I just want to point that out. Now, another awesome option in Grenada is the Rendezvous, and those also have the private pools right off the room.
We just had one of our friends stay there.
Yeah.
We went to the wedding.
Yes.
Alex and Laura. Shout out Alex and Laura. We love you guys.
Yes. And it's fenced off. So again, it's very private. So
the Rendezvous is almost like a private building. It's like your own little private hut.
Yes, it's a round room.
It's a round room, but it's an independent building.
Right.
And so you have your own little like backyard area almost with a pool, and it's really cool. That's up there for me in like top rooms of all.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's great.
That'd be a good show if we just did like top rooms of all sandals categories.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because there's so many really good ones. It'd be really hard to narrow it down, but that'd be a good one.
Yes.
So that one's good. And also, too, last thing I want to mention before we move on from number 3, Grenada. And if Grenada's at number 3, I mean, my God, that the top 2 are going to be awesome.
Yes.
Time stands still. So if you listen to the show a lot, people probably hear that I've said that about Grenada. It just does. I don't understand
yes, it does.
We were there for 7 days. Swear it feels like 7 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm looking, I'm like, God, I forgot what my flight was like in. Like, it's like day 5. I'm like, God, what flight were we on? Like, how long ago was that? Like, it feels just forever. And so it's very, very romantic.
Yes.
Definitely be a good one to do. What are we going to do for our anniversary this year?
We're going to Hawaii.
Oh, we are going to do Hawaii.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to use my first.
Unless something crazy changes, but yeah, that's the plan.
You better get my in first class.
We'll see about that.
I want to sit my blank in first class. That rhymes, by the way, if I don't keep it out. Because that's a long flight.
It's a very long flight.
But
everyone knows you hate long flights.
I hate long flights, but you know what I got in my pocket on American Airlines?
Yeah, you've got the system-wide upgrade.
I got my system-wide upgrade, so I can slap down that card and say, nope, I want the guaranteed upgrade.
Yeah.
And you get that, by the way.
I was going to say, we're going to get questions how you get that.
So how do you get guaranteed system-wide upgrades? So I'm a loyal traveler of American Airlines, so when I travel, I go all over the country for all different reasons during the year, and I stick with American Airlines. I primarily do. And if you do that, you get loyalty benefits, and they track your air miles. AA Advantage is what the program's called. And I've hit the top tier. And when you hit the top tier, either through spending money with them or segments or miles. So if you do you could do a lot of long flights, and that'll get it That'll get you a status. A lot of segments. So if you do a lot of like connections, that'll get it for you.
Right.
And then you have to have some sort of spend to qualify.
Right.
And I've hit the top tier, and I get 4 guaranteed system-wide upgrades a year.
So he can just request it.
I can just request it and say, I want first class at the economy price, and let's do it. And that's what we're going to do.
That sounds like a plan.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be hard. I'm so spoiled. I sound like a freaking brat.
Yes.
All right.
Number 2. So, sticking in the Caribbean.
I was going to do drum roll, but
well,
I don't have
in the Caribbean, I would highly recommend the island of St. Lucia. Now, it's kind of hard for me to decide between 2 resorts there, but
yeah, it's tough.
I would suggest looking at the overwater bungalows at the Sandals Grand St. Lucian.
I think so.
Because, I mean, obviously, overwater bungalow screams romance. And then I would also suggest looking at Jade Mountain Resort, which is a very, very nice resort facing the Piton Mountains.
Oh.
Now, it's not all-inclusive, so it's a big difference, but...
Different experience, but it's
very
beautiful.
Different experience, but it's beautiful. It's very romantic.
I think it's a little smaller. It's a smaller resort. I think every room has a view, just about, right? In Jade Mountain, because the rooms are up on the hillside. But if you Google, so if you've never been to St. Lucia, if you ever go to just Google St. Lucia and click images, you're going to see pictures of these 2 pointed mountains that almost go straight up. We've hiked one of them, by the way. It's incredible.
The Piton Mountains.
So if you're a couple that likes activities, St. Lucia is a good place to go to because you can scuba dive, snorkel, and also hike.
Yes.
I recommend hiking the Pitons, and that can be a very romantic experience because we had a private guide.
Yeah,
it was just
absolutely.
the 2 of us.
And there's also a tour in St. Lucia that you can do. It's called the Mutiny Explorer, I believe, and it's with Island Routes, but you can kind of design your own private personal tour.
Oh my gosh. And see that what I found is like there's a lot of these destinations that we're talking about here, there's as much to do on property for couples as there is off property.
Right.
And so that's why if you want to go really experience the destination, go check out some things off the property. And we at least do one. Like, we're not like heavy hikers or we like have to we're not like zip lining and stuff all the time. We just like to do maybe one a trip. Like to just go off property and check it out. But I absolutely love it. And we honeymooned in St. Lucia. So it's kind of we have a little bias towards it.
And we named our dog Lucia after the island of St. Lucia.
Yeah, Lucia. She's usually up here with us in the podcast studio.
But she's not right now.
No, she's not right now.
But I think that's definitely a great spot, for your honeymoon or for a romantic getaway. I highly recommend St. Lucia. And another little, when we talk about how you can add on things to make it a little bit more romantic, take the helicopter ride.
Take the helicopter ride from the airport to the side of the island that has all the resorts. Yeah,
so if you're staying at Jade Mountain, you can't do the helicopter, but if you're staying near Castries, then you can. So
that's where the 3 Sandals properties are.
Yeah, the 3 Sandals resorts are there. So how the helicopter works is when you get off your international flight, then you get on the helicopter, and it's a 10-minute ride across the island. And
versus an hour and a half or 2 hours?
Versus an hour and a half, yeah. And then it drops you at the smaller airport, and then from there, it's about a 15-minute or so ride to your resort.
Yeah, it's really quick, and it's beautiful and we have a video of it. I took a great GoPro video of that. I will put the link to the video of the helicopter ride in the show notes. It's 10 to 15 minutes, but what's awesome is it takes you right over the middle of the island.
Yeah.
So you get above everything, and you almost have 360 views of the island. It's not a big island.
No.
It's really not.
This is really making me want to go somewhere.
Oh, my God. I know. Like, thinking about being in the helicopter and you're over just on a sunny day and you just see the beautiful trees and the mountains.
Actually, when we did it, though, it was not a sunny day.
It was not a sunny day. I was actually a little nervous.
Yeah, the hurricane, Isaac had just scraped by the day before.
But it was still clear enough where it was beautiful.
Oh, yeah. No, we could see.
So people will see the video. Like, I will post. I have it on YouTube. I'll post the YouTube on our YouTube link to our YouTube page where you can see the video. And it's awesome. Like, It's really cool. And it just gets you there really quick. And it's very romantic because I think they only fit like 5 people. 6 people, other than the pilot, obviously.
Right. And then they have to have 4 to go. But usually I've never had them not confirm for clients. So
no, before you go, travel tip on if you're going to do the helicopter, there's not really a line to get on because there's only 6 people, but stand in the front.
Stand in the front
because you'll get the front seat. There's 2, you can fit 2 people in the front seat with the pilot. Be those 2 people. Don't sit in the back.
We had to tip the guy, but yeah.
Yeah, we tipped, but it was worth it.
Oh, yeah, I think it's totally worth it.
You tip them anyways because they carry your luggage and stuff. But
yeah.
But anyways, yeah, that's a good one. Love, love, love St. Lucia. And then the overwater bungalows.
Absolutely.
You can get a beautiful overwater bungalow experience without flying across the world.
Yeah.
People don't realize we have that in the Caribbean now. Like, they're new, but we have it in the Caribbean. I think the experience, not to be a spoiler on what number one could be, but it could be close to,
Oh, right.
the unspoken part of the world right now that has overwater bungalows.
But there are overwater bungalows, yes, in St. Lucia and Jamaica, and then there's also some in Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know you didn't. Yeah, I was going to say, I know you didn't know that, but yeah, the El Dorado Royale.
You're dropping facts on the co-host here.
It's one of the, why I'm trying to remember. It's
Are you blanking?
Well, kind of, but I know it's at the El Dorado.
Oh, so you're not dropping facts on me just yet.
No, there's 4 El Dorado resorts, and
one of them has the overwater bungalows.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the
take a
the
sip
El
of that
Dorado
coffee.
Yeah, I need some more coffee.
And by the way,
like we said, we don't script this. So,
and by the way, I am not taking you on a trip for Valentine's Day, so don't get too excited. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know. We're
leaving
on a trip in 4 weeks from today.
Yeah, we're going to Cancun.
Yep.
Which I'm super excited about. We're gonna have some good content for that.
Yes.
Great content. We'll have a great show on that too.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, let's not get too sidetracked here.
Yeah. So number 1.
Bring it back. Numero uno. I might edit in a drum roll. So drum roll, please. I may or may not edit that.
So Bora Bora.
Oh. How did I know you were going there?
And I say this time and time again, it really just is the most amazing place that, in my opinion, you can go with your significant other. It is so beautiful. Now, it's a very long flight. You're going to be 8 hours from LA. And then once you land in Papeete, then you got to take another flight to Bora Bora, but it's so worth it. And if you talk about reconnecting, if you stay on one of the resorts that's on like their own island and not a part of the mainland, so like the Intercontinental, the Lasso, the St. Regis, the Four Seasons, the Conrad, Le Meridien, all of those are kind of on their own little islands, and then they face the mountain, Mount Otomanu. So I would highly recommend that, and doing an overwater bungalow there. They have them facing the mountain with your own private infinity pool, and I have someone doing that in March, and I am so excited for them because I can't wait to see the pictures.
They are going to love it.
Yeah, but you talk about a place to really just kick back, relax, reconnect with your significant other. It's definitely in Bora Bora.
You got to take me there.
I know I need to take you there.
You got to take me there. You've been there.
Right. The water is just amazing. And, as far as activities go, most everything is centered around the water. So that's why it's another place you're just going to go and chill.
Like the marine life and stuff like that. Right. Like it's very heavy marine life from what I've heard. And the pictures you sent. And I remember when we were FaceTiming and you were walking in your overwater bungalow and they had a glass floor.
Yeah.
And then it was stingrays just like right there. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at the stingrays. I'm on FaceTime. I could see it. And you were like, oh, you didn't even see it.
Yes. Now,
really cool.
I get asked a lot, what's a trip to Bora Bora going to run you? So
it's a very common question. So let's just answer it right here.
Yeah. And, one thing to keep in mind is it's not all inclusive. All of the resorts there are not all-inclusive, but the Le Meridien does have an all-inclusive package that you can add on. And then several of the resorts, like the St. Regis, Four Seasons, they offer packages, just meal plans, like half-board meal plans where you can get breakfast and dinner included.
That's nice.
Yeah, but all in all, on average, a full week in Bora Bora with airfare is going to run you at least $10,000 on average.
Yeah. And by the way, you want to go a full week because a lot of people, I know we've got a lot of requests like, hey, I want to go to Bora Bora for 3 nights. And it's
I get that a lot.
The travel there is like a day and a half.
It's an overnight flight there and an overnight flight back. So it's not a place you go for 3 nights.
Yeah,
4 nights.
It's 2 days of travel almost there and back. So you got to think about that. So you need to go at least for a week to get the full jab of it, right?
Yes. Yeah. And there's several other islands, near there as well that I would suggest going to, which you can listen to one of our past series on it. But Moorea is a good spot, to split it up. And then Taha is another great little island and resort that I would definitely recommend. You can just go and get away. Like
hearing you say that these resorts are on their own little island, like you have to get there by boat.
Yeah.
Like that is so cool.
It is very cool.
That is freaking cool.
Yeah, it truly, I'm so thankful I got to go and experience that because it's the most amazing place ever. So I highly recommend that.
All right. Well, there's your 5. You want
And one thing I want to just jump back to really quick that we forgot was price point in St. Lucia.
Oh, yeah. What are we
so
thinking here?
the Overwater bungalow that we were talking about at the Sandals Grand St. Lucian. So for about a week, that's going to run you $10,000 to $12,000 plus your airfare. It can go up from there depending on seasonality, but that is a roundabout price. Jade Mountain for a week is going to put you back probably, it depends on the room, but 10 to 15,000. I've seen it even higher than that. So
yeah, the Jade Mountain's pricier because every room's almost like a suite that has a view, and it's all open air too. You can open up your walls and do all that good jazz, right? It's one of those properties that's all about kind of outdoor, indoor, dual space.
And Ladera is another good one there, just that you can do that.
We got some honorable mentions here.
Yeah.
So what I would say too is if you're interested in any of these properties, hit us up at PanacTravel.com, request a quote. We can get you a custom quote based on your airline, your local airports. We'll get you a custom quote for your time frame. You let us know what budget you're thinking around sticking to, and we're going to get you the best value because we want to make sure you have the best experience for your budget. And we can definitely make a lot of good recommendations, and we can make a lot of good recommendations on things to do, like, hey, I want to surprise my husband with a couples massage, or I want to do like a dinner on the beach, a candlelight dinner on the beach. We can definitely help you arrange all that to give you that little extra spice.
Yes,
to the trip. Anyways, and by the way, too, if you use a good travel agent, know before you go travel tip, you can typically lock a lot of these trips in for $400. You don't have to
I can't do that on Bora Bora packages, just FYI, but on a lot of others I can.
Lock it in for $400, and then you can make payments towards your trip, so it's very flexible. You don't have to just drop a lot of cash at once. You can make flexible payments, and final payment is due, was it 45 days before travel, right?
Yes.
45 days before travel. So anyways, we got a real quick, I'm excited about this new section or new segment, if you will, of the Know Before You Go Travel show, is we're going to do question of the day.
Yes.
It's going to be a travel question of the day. And some days you won't know what it is. I'm not going to tell you beforehand.
Okay.
So you just have to go right off the top of the brain here. So travel destination, question of the day. And by the way, if you have your own question of the day you want us to answer, go ahead and email us, George@PanacTravel.com or Janet@PanacTravel.com, or just send us an Instagram or Facebook message. It goes right to us anyways.
Yes.
And by the way, if you haven't liked us on Instagram, please do. The question of the day, if you have your own, send it to us. But for today, what travel destination have you felt most at home at?
Most at home.
Most at home. Like, what has felt the most, like, homey and comfortable to you? I guess that you got to think about the people, the resort, the food, everything. What do you feel most? Where did you feel most at home? That's a good one.
It is a good one.
It's a good first one.
This is kind of a very common place, and some people might be like, really? But Jamaica.
Jamaica me crazy.
I just love Jamaica because I love the people.
The people are great.
I mean, they're just so warm, and they make you feel at home. And,
they do. Yeah.
That's what I've said it before when we've left there. We're Jamaicans.
We are Jamaicans.
Yeah.
That's a great Jamaicans.
Yeah.
We are. I think we've been proclaimed Jamaicans by the Jamaican people because we do go there a lot.
We go there all the time.
A lot of the employees remember us now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I feel at home there, and when you go there, they say welcome home.
They do, and know before you go travel tip. A lot of people give a lot of real crappy advice on Jamaica on the internet.
Oh yeah,
like internet advice is worth what you pay for it because it's free. But I literally look at. So, someone will be like, oh, Jamaica's disgusting or dirty. I was at the cruise port, and there's dogs running around everywhere, and people ask me to buy weed and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
They're judging the entire island of Jamaica, which is a massive island, off the cruise port because they went there for one day, not even a full day. They walked around the cruise port for 4 hours.
Right.
Then they go home and tell everyone Jamaica's nasty.
Yeah.
And it's like you saw 1/100th of the island. It's like going to a random port off of the coast of the either East Coast or West Coast, like a port. Like a cruise port, and just walking around and being like, oh, America's disgusting. Right. It's like you're looking at like a fraction.
Right.
So go to Jamaica. What we do, and I highly recommend this, if you've only been there on a cruise, you need to give it another shot and go fly there and stay at a destination.
Yes, I 100% agree. Don't
base your decision off what you saw going on a cruise.
Right.
You got to go explore the island because there's so much more than just that cruise port. And I agree, the cruise port probably does need a little work, but the rest of the island is just awesome and the people are awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
So I agree with you. I'll answer my own question of the day. Yes, Jamaica. I agree.
There we go.
I feel most at home in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Of all the places we've been.
Because I feel like, when you're hanging out at any of the resorts there, you get to know the people working, and they just it's like they're your best friends.
It's like the culture and staff there. They're just happy.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So anyways, that's question of the day. That's a new segment. We hope people send in your question of the day. We will answer anything. I don't care. We got nothing. We got nothing to hide. We'll answer it all.
Okay.
Anyways, and we'll always keep the show family friendly. Like we're not going to get crazy here.
Yeah, you might want to. Yeah, preference.
All right, you got a conference call coming up, don't you?
Yes, I do.
All right, you got a wedding conference call, right?
Yes.
Destination wedding.
In 4 minutes.
Okay, well, you got to go. Well, anyways, thank you guys. That's a show. We love you guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we would love a 5-star review if you love the show and getting value out of it. We love you guys. Thank you so much. By the way, we have been ranking as one of the top travel podcasts around the world over the last about month or so. We're ranking in all these different countries. It's really cool, all because you guys are the best. So,
thank you.
We'll see you next time. Love you guys.